Hello! Hello and welcome to the first stream of HorrorFest. As I switch my monitor over here, and hopefully the sound's not too crazy loud. This is going to be a stream of Castlevania Curse of Darkness. The only Castlevania game I have not actually played through in its entirety. In fact, honestly speaking, between all the different games here, I have never played Curse of Darkness. This is the only Castlevania game I have never played. So it's going to be a lot of fun playing through this game here. If you guys give me a moment here, I'm going to turn the volume up on my monitor here so I can actually hear what's going on. Maybe. If it cooperates with me. Let's see here. Menu. I just want the volume. Shit, man. Oh god, it's already up pretty loud. Okay. I still haven't figured out the audio issue with this thing yet. So, at some point I will, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see what Castlevania Curse of Darkness is all about. As part one here of the spooky streams. Start a new game here. Isn't this guy's name Hector? I feel like this guy's name is Hector for some reason. I think that's it. We're gonna name him Hector. I can't remember if that's what this guy's name is or not. It's about all I know about this game is that Hector's in it. If that's his name, that's like the only thing I know about it. I remember people being okay with this game. I played Lament of Innocence for the PS2 when it came out, but that's the only one I played for these ones until, for 3D ones, the next one was Lords of Shadow. Let's see here. Oh, I named my first guy Alucard. Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll overwrite this save. I think I briefly loaded this game up once just to see what it was. Or make sure the disc was working. Oh, I also forgot. Oh, and I moved that, so... Well, camera's probably going to be a little dark here, but that's okay. Skip that, I guess. I really do need to figure out this volume thing for this game. I also thought about like dragging out my lavalier mic, but then I realized how shitty my mic situation is with this computer right now. And like after setting up this new desk, which I know you guys can't see, but desk was a nightmare to set up to begin with, so. I was right, his name is Hector. Sure. I have this all running through that HDMI link cable thing that they came out with for the Xbox, for the original Xbox, and it works pretty well. Like, games look pretty crisp with this thing, I have to say. I probably should maybe turn on 100,000 times. Wow, this thing's really... Let's check and see what that is really quick here. I see our stream's having a little bit of a struggle here. Not surprised at all. I rebooted everything, man. There we go. Internet might be a little spotty in my area. There's a lot of storms and stuff going on right now, and yeah, some bad storms, a lot of rain and whatnot. Oh man. Alright, and as I missed pretty much all of that story, okay, I guess this is the game. I guess there's somewhat camera control. Okay, let's take a look here and see exactly what's going on. First things first, let's turn off that, because that sucks. Solid, clear. I'll leave that at solid. I guess we'll leave everything else on, but... oh, that's much better. Wait, I don't think it saved that. No, it did. That's really weird. This camera control is weird as hell. It's not what you think it would be, so. How do you... okay. There will be like a slight blurring, I think, at the top and the bottom of the screen. That's just due to the game itself, I'm pretty sure. Again, it's an older system that wasn't technically designed to work through HDMI, so there's going to always be some imperfections. But I think, honestly, it looks pretty good. Okay, so, okay. Seems like your guy levels up kind of Symphony of the Night, like. I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I keep forgetting B to open the door. Oh, let's see here. I guess this is probably how you save the game, I would assume, or... yeah, he sits in this. Cool. I guess we'll save our game. Why not? And I'll kind of keep an eye on this stream quality here, too. I know it dipped a little bit earlier, but it seems like it's ironed out. I'll probably be streaming until about 10:15 to 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And then I'll be doing another stream of this game on Friday, October 5th. I'm not really sure. I'm thinking... I was kind of looking up ahead of time to kind of see, like... what the length of this game is and everything. It seems to me we should probably be able to get through this game in about 3 to 4 streams. So, here's hoping. I don't actually have like a guide or anything pulled up right now. We'll see if I end up needing one or not, but hopefully not. So right now, plans for HorrorFest for streams are I'll be doing this. I'll be doing Luigi's Mansion for the first time. Never played Luigi's Mansion. I think we're gonna do Aria of Sorrow for the Game Boy Advance, which I can play through the Game Boy Advance player. So be doing that. At that point, we'll see about where we are in the month of October. See and kind of take a look and see what's going on here. I'll probably have to make some decisions on the fly, but the other 2 games I was hoping to get through here in terms of playing, excuse me, for the live streams here. I'll do a Resident Evil run. That'll be a one-off stream because that game can be done in one single stream pretty easily. And the other things, I'm thinking about maybe doing Condemned Criminal Origins, because I have not played that game in a very, very long time. And I haven't, part of it is I haven't decided if I want to play through the PC version of that game, or if I want to play it on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility. Still kind of weighing the pros and cons of what I want to do there. And then the other thing that I was actually not planning on doing this. I want to see if there's a map. Yes, there is. Okay. There's a door over here, I guess. Well, hold on. That's the save room. There's nothing else here. That's where I came from. There's nothing else on the other side of this. The other thing we're planning here, or I'm planning here, I should say. I wasn't planning on doing a run of Symphony of the Night this year, and then those bastards decided, hey, we want you to buy Symphony of the Night again. Here's a PS4 version of that game, and so I definitely I've already pre-ordered my copy. That's one of those, like, you can release that game as many. It's like that and Final Fantasy VII are the two games you can release as many times as you want. I will rebuy it every time. So obviously I reserved that digitally because there's no physical, which is a bummer. I was kind of hoping. I would gladly pay, and this probably says a lot about who I am, but I would gladly pay $60 for that in a physical form, like a pressed PS4 disc that has Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night on it. That, you know, complete Castlevania Requiem thing. I would do it. I'm not sure if a lot of other people would, but I would. I know some people that argue like this should be like $20, and it is digitally, but I would do it. So I should have read that. Whoops. Wow, there's a lot of enemies just kind of spawning in here. This camera, not the greatest. So because they're doing that, I'm kind of planning to maybe do a run of that game. We'll kind of have to wait and see and play by ear, depending on how much is going on. The one other thing I'm thinking about maybe doing is a run of Wild Memory. I don't know what that means. I'm also thinking about maybe doing a stream that's just me playing a bunch of old Super Nintendo, like, horror games, you know, like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and whatnot. It's kind of a one-off. I did a similar thing last year where I think I played some Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Bram Stoker's Dracula and like Super Castlevania 4 and stuff. So I might do that as kind of a fun one-off night too. I haven't decided yet. Again, HorrorFest plans always subject to change. And then the movie reviews and stuff. So I originally had planned to have the review of Hereditary up today, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I plan on having that up midweek this week. So I'm looking at either Tuesday night, Wednesday, someday, part of the day Wednesday, that'll be up at the latest. Really wish I could hear more of this wonderful music because I'm sure it's really good. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. And again, always shoot me a comment here. I will try and check as much as I can here. And let me know like if audio balances sound wacky or anything like that. But those are kind of the plans for HorrorFest. Other stuff, like I said, Hereditary is going to be the first movie review. I have some other things planned, not really HorrorFest related, but coming in the month of October. I'll have a review of Marvel's Spider-Man coming hopefully sometime this week. Also plan on having at some point this week, or not week, but this month, a review of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which I'm in the progress of playing through right now. And there's one other game that I'm planning on doing a review of that actually will be HorrorFest related. And that game is Graveyard Keeper. That game released, I want to say it came out either beginning of August or beginning of September. I can't remember. It's been out for a little while. I dumped about 30-ish hours into that game, recorded footage, and then decided I wanted to wait and have that as a... Oh shit, this is cool. Oh shit, okay. And then I decided, hey, I kind of want to have this as a HorrorFest thing. So I plan on having a review of that at some point this month as well as kind of a HorrorFest thing. So, oh shit, you kind of just came out of nowhere. Yeah, I will have to. At some point this week, I'm going to sit down and try to figure out what this audio, like how I can get this audio pumping through here so I can actually hear this game, not at such a muffled volume, because I would actually like to hear shit. So. But I will also say thank you to anybody who tuned into the test stream over the weekend, because that definitely helped me balance things and test the bandwidth here and everything, make sure everything's not garbage. So. Oh, shit. Is there no... Oh, I think I did unlock. Hold on. Equip. I guess I don't have anything. What was it? I feel like there was like a quick step thing I could... Sure. Strange stone fragment of ancient memories carved. Used for simple weapons. Is there like a weapon system in this game where you can make weapons and shit? That seems kind of cool. Skill. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Press A button, left thumbstick when guarding to perform. How do you guard? Guard button. Okay, but this doesn't tell me what the guard button is. Let's look at the controls. Guard. Guard is right trigger. Okay. Oh, okay. It still seems like a really shitty way to do that. This seems okay though. Like I'm not put down by this game. I don't like. Honestly, it feels more like a hack and slash, like a almost like a Dynasty Warriors, but not. It doesn't have the same physics, I guess. So. That's what it kind of feels like to me. It feels kind of like a Dynasty Warriors type, just with a really shitty camera. There we go. I think we got him. Got him. And then other plans for streams as far as how streaming schedule is going to go for the month of October here. I'm planning to do streams at least every Monday night and Friday night at this time period, or roughly time period. So 8:15 to about 10:15. There might be a Saturday night stream in there once in a while. And this will be about like the first... I'd say the 3 out of the 4 weeks of October will be like this. And then after that, the last week of October is going to be just a little funky in comparison. So, and I'll have more news about that as we get closer to that. But Mondays and Fridays in October are going to be stream nights. With occasional... This Saturday I'm up in the air. I may stream Saturday night, I may not. So we'll have to get back on that. Innocent Devil Infinite Fairy appears. Sure, I guess this is the auto name they're gonna give me, so I guess. Sure. Yeah, whatever. Okay, Innocent Devils are the mystical, unseen familiars created by the devil for masters. Innocent Devils have absolute loyalty to their creator. Summoned ID immigrants. Sector. Okay, it's kind of like Symphony of the Night. Okay, okay. That's kind of cool. Yeah, sure. Wow, there's like information overload on information overload on that one. What does this door do though? Like, where's? Oh, maybe that's the door I came in from. Yeah, it is. Is there anything else in that room? No. Okay. Fair enough. I was gonna say maybe like now. Okay. Dragon crest. Crest made from the carved dragon. Looks like it should be placed in something. Oh wow! You think maybe it like goes in that door I found back there? Game seems pretty alright though. Like, this is one game I was really hoping they were gonna make back compat on the Xbox One, because it could really benefit from a resolution boost, and especially since I have a 1X. That like 16 times resolution boost, it would look insane. But for right now, we have to settle with what we have here. And this ain't too bad. This actually looks pretty good. I've actually been looking into getting a new office chair for this desk. That's the next thing I'm looking, because like I had a really shitty computer desk I had for like 8, 9, almost 10 years probably. That it wasn't really a computer desk. It was just a desk that a buddy had in a basement, in his basement. And he was like, "I'm gonna get rid of this," and I looked at it and was like, "I could do something with that." And I had that desk for a while, and like, it was cool. It worked really well until I started having dual monitors to do all this YouTube stuff. And once I started doing that, the weight of, like, and you guys can't see the setup, obviously, but the monitor I'm currently using right now to play this game is a huge 27-inch monitor. And then the other monitor I have here that I use to edit on is like a 24-inch, I want to say. And the weight of the 27-inch monitor with this 24-inch monitor was a lot for this like small desk. So it started getting bad, and I just decided one day, like, I need to find something better. And I had a thing that I really wanted to get, one of these curved L-shaped desks. I'm a big fan of how they look, and gives you some more space to do some stuff. And that's what I ended up getting. In hindsight, I kind of wish that the desks, like the length of, not the length, but like the width of the desk, or not even the width, I guess the length of the desk from like the wall to where I sit was just a little tad longer. But I can't complain too much. It's nice to actually have desk space here. Like, I have space to put some of these other, like, you know, I have like the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic over here now, just sitting on this desk. You know, and I actually have space for it. They're not just kind of shoved in a corner here, which is really, really nice. But I also have to sit differently, and I noticed, like, the first couple times I sat down and used this to edit it, you know, and also, like, the chair that I'm using right now, not the best chair. And I was like, maybe it's time to invest in one of those. Not necessarily looking at, like, those Twitch streamer chairs or some bullshit like that, but something better than this second-hand chair I use. So, let's see here. But I've been slowly looking at that. And honestly, the only systems that I don't have like hooked up through HDMI now, because like I spent like the last year upgrading everything to the point that it can be hooked through HDMI. So like, I mean, obviously current systems and the 360 and the PS3 and stuff can be used that way, but like like the GameCube, I bought that adapter, so the GameCube, the Xbox, thankfully this other adapter came out. So the only real thing I have left here is to figure out a solution for PS1, PS2. I don't really want to buy a fat PS3 because at this point those things are 10 years old, and I'm also not going to pay money for something, then open it up, put my own fan in, and that kind of stuff like that. That's going too far. As cool as it would be to have a PlayStation that can play all 3 generations, I don't want to do that. I have one of those converter boxes, so it has it's like a component to HDMI. That's actually what I used on my Xbox for a while before this cable came out. I've thought about that. The problem is, because of some way that like PS1 games are encoded or whatever, like you can use that thing, but you cannot play PS1 games through component on a PS2, which I learned the hard way. So technically speaking, if I really wanted to, I have a way to hook up the PS2, but, and I was thinking of like, if I hooked that up, maybe I'd do something like Clock Tower 3 or something, but I'd rather have a permanent solution set up for that before I started devoting like time to using that system on like streams and stuff. So right now this is kind of like what everything, but everything else like is pretty much hooked up, man. Like for HDMI, I also have that super. Oh my god. That Super Nintendo. Why can't I think of the name of that dumb thing? I keep wanting to call it the Mini. I know it's not that. The FGPA thing or whatever that thing's called. That they made the analog Mini. The Super Nintendo one. I have that too, but that thing currently resides on my downstairs TV. And I honestly have not used it in a couple months. Cool. That thing is cool as shit though. I will say that. Okay, that's the way I came in, so we gotta go through this way. The little bit I can hear of this music right now, like, it sounds damn good, but again, like, I don't think I've played a Castlevania game minus maybe, like, the old Game Boy games just because of how sound was on those machines. I don't think I've ever played a Castlevania game where I'm like, yeah, that music's not good. Like, every single Castlevania game always has incredible music. Even Lords of Shadow. But I also really, really love Lords of Shadow. Oh, let's see here. Oh, let's look. Oh, man. I wonder if this is another save. There seems to be like an overabundance of save rooms in this game, and I say that now, but probably later when I get into the game further here, I'll probably be like, yeah, no, that's good. So, let's see here, 16, 13, we'll do that one. That shit's weird. I keep forgetting too, like Castlevania. So that Symphony of the Night Castlevania Requiem thing comes out the 26th. The Netflix Castlevania show is finally back October 26th as well. That's also Red Dead Day, so like that's a crazy ass day. I actually took a vacation day off work that day because I want to play Red Dead Redemption. So I remembered, like, after I took that vacation day, I was like, oh, that's right, Castlevania is back on Netflix, and I want to watch that too. This happens every year. Like, there's always one day where everything happens that you're looking forward to, like, for all this shit. This year it's October 26th. I guess we'll see what's through this door. More wolves. I was actually in the process, if you happen to see my test stream that I did for this stuff before HorrorFest here, the first game I actually tested out before I think I went live with the stream was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X, because I knew I wasn't doing an archive of the stream. All the HorrorFest stuff will be archived, but I knew I wasn't doing an archive of the stream, so I was like, I can play Tony Hawk or whatever and not care, because it's not going to be saved, so who cares about the copyright stuff? And, you know, with, like, licensed music and stuff, and this is the second year I've gone to the same flea market 2 times. Like, you know, I go to the same flea market every year. They have it, like, once a year. It's a all-night flea market. And each year I've bought this dumb game, and each year the disc has just been trashed. Like, and the problem is, it's at the flea market is at night, and so it's already kind of hard to see stuff because it's outside and there's lighting, but it's dark and it's shady and whatnot, and you know, you can kind of see, like, with a flashlight, but it's not great. And I've taken that gamble 2 times now, and both times I've gotten that disc put in, and it just doesn't work, and it's irritating me, because I really want to play that game again. So I haven't played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X since I rented an Xbox as a kid to play Halo. So yeah, like, it's a bummer. My copy of Thug works, so I can play Tony Hawk's Underground, but I don't want to, like that's not the one. Like, if I'm gonna pick one, my go-to one, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2X for the Xbox, probably the best version you can play of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. But that was a huge bummer for me, because I was like, I want to play that. But yeah, I'm amazed at how well this game holds up, you know, as the game. Because and the thing is, it wasn't like I actively avoided this game when it came out or anything like that. For whatever reason, I just, you know, being the humongous Castlevania fan I've been throughout my life, for whatever reason, this game just came out at a weird-ass time, and I just didn't touch it. I don't know why. I'm trying to think, like, because I've even played, like, all the GBA games, but, like, all the original Game Boy games, like the Castlevania Adventure, Castlevania Adventure 2, Castlevania Legend. I played both shitty N64 games. Legacy of Darkness, which is the really shitty Blockbuster rental exclusive. It was literally Castlevania 64 again, but they changed out the first level, and you played as Cornell, the werewolf, and that game sucks. And the funny thing is, as a kid, I thought the game was awesome, because I was a huge Castlevania fan as a kid. I was that weird kid who loved Castlevania, and, like, I had friends and stuff that knew what it was, but it was always just like, that's not Mario, or that's not Zelda, or something like that, so I don't care, you know, kind of a thing. But yeah, and like Castlevania 64, I played through and beat that game. Thought it was great as a kid, and then I remember there was like a time I went to Blockbuster and saw that Legacy of Darkness thing and flipped shit as a kid, because I was like, oh man, they made another one. I want to say that game came out like a year after. 64. But I remember, like, I thought it was a straight, like, sequel of, like, holy shit, they made another, you know, Castlevania 64. This is awesome. I remember renting it, getting it home, playing that first level, like, oh, this is fantastic. And then getting to the second level, and it's the same level as the first level of the previous game, and just being like, what, like, huh? And then playing through more and realizing, like, oh, no, it's the same game. They just added one level. And just as a kid, like, the disappointment of, like, this is the same game that I've already played. This sucks. And just being really bummed out as a kid. And that's actually in my collection of Castlevania games, and I have pretty much everything. I'm only missing Legacy of Darkness and Castlevania Legend for the Game Boy. And that's pretty much it. Like, I have pretty much everything else, including as a awesome Christmas gift by my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend last year. She bought me and this is now my rarest and most prized video game possession, a sealed copy of Rondo of Blood for the TurboGrafx 16, which remains sealed. And she kind of was like, well, you can open it and play it. And she was looking to buy me, because I have a TurboGrafx, but I don't have the CD add-on. She's like, you know, I really wanted to get you the CD thing so you can play it. And I had to explain to her, like, no, I'm never going to open this. Like, this is absurd. Like, and, like, I'm never going to open that. Like, and she's like, well, I bought it for you to play. It's like, I have so many other ways I can play Rondo of Blood. Like, to own a copy of this game, not only a copy of it, but a sealed copy, like, that's crazy. It still, to this day, blows my mind. So, but I pretty much own everything else Castlevania. Like I said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm really missing from my collection. Now I'm kind of at the point where it's like I have Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 for the NES. Now I'd kind of like to, like, oh, hey, I really want to get boxes for these games. You know, and have, I would like, my goal is to, like I'm never going to be the kind of, you know, video game collector that wants to have everything in boxes, because it's just madness. But Castlevania, you know, is something I would really like to have all the boxes for and stuff. And actually, there is one other Castlevania game I need that has also eluded me twice now. And that is Dracula X for the Super Nintendo. So, and yeah, so it's Dracula X, Legacy of Darkness, and the Castlevania Legend for the Game Boy. I think it was a Game Boy Color game, actually, because it was later. It was like '97. So yeah, that's it. Like I have everything else. Like, it's kind of absurd. I sit and I think about, like, no, I pretty much own every other Castlevania game. So I was actually talking with some friends at work the other day, because we were kind of had a conversation of, like, you know, what's a game you pre-ordered as a kid or were excited about as a kid, that didn't come out. You know, obviously a lot of people said, like, StarCraft Ghost. That's an easy one for me. For me, it's Castlevania Resurrection for the Dreamcast. The very, very elusive, they were going to make a Castlevania game for the Dreamcast. It's one of the reasons I bought a Dreamcast as a kid. And I remember it was one of the first games I ever reserved as a kid. The very first game I ever reserved as a kid that I can remember was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, which I still own my copy of that game. Followed by Perfect Dark. And then Castlevania Resurrection was one of the first games, because that was one of the reasons. There were two reasons I bought a Dreamcast. I bought a Dreamcast for Resident Evil Code Veronica, and I bought a Dreamcast for Castlevania Resurrection. And I didn't buy a Dreamcast right away. Like, as a kid, I was kind of it was a rare situation where, like, as a kid, I was the rare kid that had a 64 first and then a PS1, so I had both at the same time, which, you know, was kind of unheard of. A lot of kids either had one or the other. I had both. And that was just hard work of summer of mowing lawns and saving money, and I did it. And then eventually a PS2 and GameCube. You know, GameCube came along, And but before GameCube, you know, I had the PS2. PS2 was the first thing I got, and then Dreamcast. And I saw the Dreamcast and was just like, oh man, I need a Dreamcast because I need these two games. These are gonna be the only place to play these and everything. And so I went out and I reserved that. I want to say trying to figure out if it's raining right now. I want to say I reserved that at the GameStop when I was living in Southern Illinois at the time. And I just remember it was one of those weird situations where, like, I didn't hear anything about, because it was back in the day. It was pre. I guess it wasn't pre-internet, but it was pre, like, my family didn't have like a really good active. Are we at the beginning of this game? Can I go all the way to this front door? I want to say my family didn't get internet until 2000. No, that's not right. Can I can't. What happens if I go through this door? Hold on. I guess it's a save point? Like, what? Or does it just mean, like, this is where you started the game? How far can I go? It's like... like, can I just keep... Can I leave? Like, I'm sorry. Hector decided he's done. Alright, we're going to take this the whole way. I want to know what happens. But yeah, like that damn game, Castlevania Resurrection, man, and it bummed me out because it was the kind of thing where, like, back then, like, my only real interaction with this stuff wasn't the internet; it was magazines like GamePro and EGM and everything. So I remember seeing, I was like, I saw the ad for it, flip shit, I need to go reserve this. You know, went to my local. I don't even think it was a GameStop; it was a local store. You know, reserved it or whatever, and then I remember hearing, like, maybe a couple months later, like, oh, that game's not coming out. Oh. Being really bummed out. But I like, the Dreamcast is still one of my favorite systems of all time. Is there nothing back here? Like, I walked all the way back to this pit. Then what does this S mean? I don't, like, what does this S mean? I thought that meant save, but maybe that means start? I don't know. I guess we need to hightail it back. Should I slow walk the whole way there? But yeah, a lot of people say, like, StarCraft Ghost. I don't think I ever had StarCraft Ghost reserved. I just remember being like, oh, I'll play that when it comes out. I also, as a kid, and I've said this on my streams and shit very often, like, I didn't buy a lot of games as a kid because my dad was he wasn't anti-buying video games, but it was just like for like 1/6 or, well, video games were more expensive back then, so they were like shit, an average video game was like $70-$80 when I was a kid, so we bitch now about, you know, $60, but games were really damn expensive. And his thing was always like, well, for like a fraction of the cost, you can just go rent it. And so I rented everything. So I probably tried or played a little of pretty much every PS1 RPG that came out, but I didn't really finish many of them. Because I didn't buy it, you know, I didn't purchase a game. Like, it was a big deal for me to purchase a game as a kid, so... Game purchases were either, like, Christmas... I'd get one for Christmas, for my birthday. On a very rare occasion, like, the rarest of occasions, there might have been, like, an Easter... but very rare. I think that happened, like, maybe once or twice in my life. Easter was usually just, here's a basket with some candy when I was a kid. But usually, like, birthday and Christmas were, like, the big ones. And I'd get, and the thing about it too was like I'd get a call. It wasn't like oh, here's your one game. Like I'd usually get between different family members and stuff. I'd get a couple. So I'm trying to figure out like okay, we need to get to this second floor thing. Yeah, let's go this way. Again, I know nothing of where I'm supposed to go. I've never played this game, so it's definitely going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. I actually had a brief moment today when I was thinking about, like, obviously I've said for the last couple days, like, oh, we're going to do Curse of Darkness, and I had this brief moment of like, oh shit, maybe I'll do Luigi's Mansion first instead. But I was like, no. I am really excited to play Luigi's Mansion though. I had another buddy today tell me like, you should play Eternal Darkness, and then I remembered like, yeah, that game is really good. I don't own a copy of it right now, so that's on my list of things to acquire. So maybe HorrorFest next year. But I think the last time I checked, like, the value of that game shot up. So this is still the first floor. Okay, well, shit. What? Oh, maybe I'm on the second floor now. No, it says no, I'm on the first floor. So when I go this way, this is still... Oh, no, I am on the second floor. I'm an idiot. Okay. Then what the hell am I missing? Because that just goes there. Yeah, there's like... This is just a long corridor that goes nowhere. Basement. I should probably go back to this basement, because, yeah, there's like a thing over here. Alright, well, let's do that. Confusing. The sad thing too is like I was very careful this year of like I'm not gonna do as many Castlevania games because I feel like I feel like that's what I gravitate towards the most. And then the damn Requiem thing got announced, and I was like shit. But I really want to play a GBA Castlevania, and then it seems like somebody, I think I saw a comment or two that people seem to be really into me playing Area of Sorrow. So I think that's the one I'll play. You guys give me 1 second here. I gotta close this window because rain is heavily pouring in now. Oh. Shit. That just goes to the start, but yeah, we'll go down and we'll do that. I still, like, it bugs the shit out of me, like, as I'm still sitting here trying to figure out, like, why the hell did I not play, like, why the hell did I not play this game? Like, and it was at the Prime, too, because the thing I'm thinking about is, like, I remember when Layman of Innocence came out. I remember taking off school for that. That was always the thing I did as a kid, too, is of, like, sometimes I would straight up pretend that I was sick. Sometimes I would just be like, I'm gonna stay home and play this game. And my mom would be like, I don't really care. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, I'm not feeling well today. And then, like, later in the day, I'd be like, you just wanted to play that game, right? Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of some of the games I did that for. Layman of Innocence was definitely one of them, though. I remember being really excited about that game. Shit. Metal Gear Solid 2, I remember doing that for. Same with Metal Gear Solid 3, actually. Metal Gear Solid 2, I remember as a kid doing that for, and then being really bummed when I beat it. Because, again, it was the shock there of, like, oh, you're not Solid Snake, but he's here. Trying to think of other games. That was a good one, though. I want to say I stayed home the day San Andreas came out too, or one of the GTA's. One of them damn GTA games. I want to say it was San Andreas. Might as well save here really quick before we go. I'm saving a lot. Shit. Man, you know what's the sad thing to me here is, like, I'm going to play through like half of this game. I'm going to wake up one of these days and look on Twitter, and Phil Spencer's going to tweet about how this game's backwards compatible to celebrate, like, Halloween or something. And I'm gonna be like, ugh, because the sad thing is I can't transfer my save over. That's the sad part. I'd have to start over again. Be like, but it's gonna look so much better. Actually, the other Castlevania game that I want to go backwards compatible really bad, like, it's probably my #1. I think I did a video. Pretty sure I did it. Either I had planned to do a video or I did a video about, like, top 5 games that I want backwards compatible. And this one was high up there, if not #1. And that is, and I always get it mixed up with the GBA one because their names are similar. But Harmony of Dissonance, or also known as Castlevania HD, which is the multiplayer 2D Castlevania game. That game is damn incredible. One of the best multiplayer games I've ever played or ever experienced. And I want that game to be backwards compatible so bad. I dumped so much time into that game. I got all the achievements. Like, I love that game. I adore that game. Like, I bought the... There was a DLC pack where you could get, like, I think they did the Egyptian level. So it was the pyramid. They did some music track level, or music track DLCs and stuff. Like, I bought all of it. Like, I adore that game. And I would really, like, I would love that game. Because the problem now is, like, I could load that game up on my 360 and play it. The problem is it's a cooperative game. It's not a split screen game. You have to play online, just due to the nature of how it works. And unfortunately, like, that game can't work any other way. There's absolutely no way anybody's playing that game in 2018. If they were to make it backwards compatible and make a deal about it, people will buy it. Or, like, for example, if they were like, hey, it's backwards compatible, and, you know, Konami didn't have, you know, their heads up their ass as they do right now, you know, made it backwards compatible, maybe put it on, like, Game Pass or something, people would play the shit out of that. So I've told one of me and my other buddy have told one of our buddies at work of, like, if this goes backwards compatible, like, we will buy you a copy of this game and you will play with us. It's such a good game. Like, they made it. It's on the PS3 as well. It wasn't just an Xbox 360 game. It was on PS3 as well. But man, that game. It was part of one of the Summer of Arcades promotions that they ran that they should totally bring back. But man, that game, top tier. Absolute top tier quality. I feel like we're in a room that's going to be a boss or something. So we should probably, like... Use something. Have a hot dog! I should also probably see, like, is there, like, anything I can equip here? Can I get a better weapon? I guess you can, but I don't have nothing. I got nothing, man. I think I just recently saved, so... Why does it keep saying question mark? Like, it's... Weapon combining. It's possible to create new weapons and armor by combining various materials. Combination screen. Okay. I think it's asking, but the problem is I can't hear. Here, let's see if I can do this combine thing. Do a sword. Sure. That's kind of a cool, like, yeah, sure. Here's an axe. Sure. Okay, sure. Equip. Let's try this axe and see what it looks like. It might be okay. The problem is I don't know what this thing's asking. I can't. Let me check something once. Because I definitely did pull up a guide just in case, but let's see here. There is a question mark near a pillar. Oh, that's all it is? Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. Okay, we can continue. Yep, again, this is the reason why you pull up guides for games you've never played. I have no shame in that. Like, I was gonna say, like, am I doing the right thing here? I'm definitely excited to share my thoughts about Spider-Man. I don't want to say anything about it because I want you guys to watch a review. But I am excited to share my opinions on that game. And Tomb Raider as well when I finish it. I've enjoyed what I've played of Tomb Raider thus far as well. But I mean, that's all I'll really say. I will say, if there's one other thing I will say, is that Shadow of the Tomb Raider on the Xbox One X is a damn showpiece of a game for that system. Like, it is one of the best looking games I've ever played. It looks damn incredible. Oh, this is cool. This weapon system seems pretty cool, like combining different things to make weapons and shit. I do have a playlist going as well here, so if you guys are interested in, you know, looking at any of this content after it streams, it'll be in the HorrorFest 2018 playlist. So, I'm looking forward to digging through some other games here. And again, like I said, things are definitely subject to change here. But I'm about 90% positive right now that the next game that I play after this is going to be Luigi's Mansion. And I think I actually read, like, that game's not very long, so we can probably blast through that pretty quick. I read this game's a little bit longer than I thought, but it's fine too. I also got my copy of Mega Man 11 coming tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to review that game for the site or for the channel. I haven't decided yet. I'm still kind of on the fence. I don't know if I'm going to jump into it right away because I think tomorrow also Forza Horizon 4 is out and I can play that through Game Pass. And I am not a racing guy. I will not review that game by any means. That, like, I'm not the person to talk to about car shit, believe me, but I really like what that game is, what that game has to offer. I really enjoyed, I think Forza Horizon 3 was the first Forza game I ever played. I mean, I've played demos and stuff that I never really cared about, but Horizon 3 was the first one I was like, yeah, okay. And I mean, I really, really got into Forza Horizon 3. And like all the DLC and stuff they did for that game, the Hot Wheels thing was really, really cool. That game's really damn good. And so I'm really excited to see what they've done. I have a buddy who bought the big-ass version of that game to play it like 5 days early or whatever. He's been sending me stuff about it and saying it's really good. So, but I'm looking forward to playing that. I do, as far as like other movies and stuff, I haven't announced any of the other the only movie reviews I've announced thus far for HorrorFest here are Hereditary, which review will be up of that middle of this week, and then the 2018 Halloween sequel here, which I'll be seeing that and doing a review of that. Really excited to see that movie. I haven't announced what the other ones are. I know what they are. I think I've watched everything now. There's one thing I have not watched yet that I plan on doing a review of. That'll be middle of this month. So, somebody was asking me too about that Netflix Haunting of Hill House thing. I'm not going to do a review of that because I'm not going to go down the path of doing reviews of TV shows and stuff like Castlevania. You know, I'll probably do a review of that, but that's like the one thing that I'll briefly touch upon because it's Castlevania, so I have to talk about it. But I'm not going to go down the path of reviewing Netflix shows because then that gets too much. I'm not going to review like 10, 12 hours of, you know, content here, and like that's too much. But I am planning on watching that show. I think somebody else asked me about that Sabrina thing. I don't care about that. The people that are into that, like, that's cool for you. I think it looks bad, like really bad. But I mean, if you're into the chilling adventures of Sabrina, you think that's cool. Like, cool for you. I think it looks bad. I don't know if I went through the right door or not. I super did, because I haven't seen these guys yet. Holy shit, man. I really like this. I really like this game a lot. As I play more of it, I'm really bummed that I didn't play it as a kid, because I really would have enjoyed this game. I will have to... I'm making a mental note here that I'm going to fix this sound thing. I might set up the lavalier mic for the next stream that I use for my videos because I hate wearing a headset. If I had sound coming through the headset, I'd be more into it, but... Okay. someone had asked me if I am doing a review of the Venom movie. Probably not. I don't even know if I'm going to go see that movie, to be completely honest. I was initially excited about it when it first got announced, and then they were like, hey, Tom Hardy, and I was like, awesome, I love Tom Hardy. And then they put out that trailer. Holy crap. Holy crap, that was loud lightning there. Sorry, thunder. Holy crap. Then they put out that trailer for the movie, and I watched it, and like I think his Venom sounds really good voice wise, but his Eddie Brock just sounds awful, in like alarmingly bad. And then that second trailer they put out, where he just goes on and on about, you know, how he's gonna like eat this guy or something. It was bad. And then like the realization of like, oh, this movie's PG-13, which doesn't make sense to me because it's not tied to Spider-Man in any way. So it's like a standalone thing. So I don't understand the concept of why I don't understand why that movie exists, why we're doing it. I'm just gonna sit back here. I don't understand why that movie exists, why we're doing it, if we're not going to tie it to the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. And again, it's a bummer because I really like Tom Hardy, and I honestly do fully believe he'll do the character justice. And then the thing that made me laugh today was there was an article I saw that came out, was like, hey, we cut 30 minutes of this movie to make it PG-13. It's like, I don't put that out 4 days before your movie comes out. Like, that's not a way to market this movie. Like, you already have the hardcore fans like on the fence. That's a way to get them to go, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. So I look at it and go, man, this seems really bad and disappointing. I'm not saying I won't ever see it. I'm not making it a point to go, hey, I want to go see Venom in the theater. Like, I'm disappointed. I would personally speaking, I would rather spend money and go see that First Man with Ryan Gosling, the Neil Armstrong movie, or, and maybe this is the old person in me speaking, but that Lady Gaga Star Is Born remake, I think looks pretty solid. But honestly, if we're being completely honest, probably not going to get to a movie until Halloween. So I'm trying to think of what the last theater movie I saw was. I went, there's a drive-in by me. There's a drive-in theater next town over. And I try to go to this drive-in to see most of my movies. I really like the drive-in theater a lot. It's a classic. It's a classic thing. It's awesome, and during the summer, it's just a hell of a lot of fun to go to. And in the fall, till about Halloween, they have what's called the fall throwback schedule. So they'll show like older movies and stuff. And last weekend, or was it? It was 2 weekends ago now. They did Batman 89 and Superman 78, and I had to do that. So, and I on Saturdays, I actually work on Saturdays, and I was dead tired. Dead tired. Because I work pretty early on Saturday morning. And I made it through Batman 89, but I was passing out during Superman 78, and then just decided, like, we don't need to be here anymore. Like, I've seen this movie a million times. That being said, they do a bunch of fall throwback stuff, but last year, with the release of Stephen King's It, they cashed in on that pretty big, and now they've realized, like, hey, we have an audience to show some of these fall movies. So, for example, they're doing Venom this coming weekend, but even at that setting, I don't have an interest. I mean, I as someone who went to the drive-in over the summer and saw Solo and just hated everything about that movie, I don't have it in me to do that a second time this year and see a movie and just be like, man, this sucks. But Solo was like a special brand of garbage for me, where I was angry at the end of that movie. Like, I don't think a movie has made me more angry at the end of it, honestly. Like, I just was angry of like, this was the most unnecessary thing. It didn't need to happen. Holy crap. I wonder if I can combine any other sick weapons here. Actually, I want to see. Yeah, you can. I've got a knuckle. Oh, I got a helmet. That's cool. Let's combine the sword with a... Oh, that's all I have. That's lame. Yeah, sure. I guess we can put that on and we'll see what happens. So let's go to equip. That goes down, so that's kind of lame. What about this? No? Oh, maybe I have to make it first. Helmet. I wonder if it actually like animates the way it should. Let's find out. Equip. That's kind of cool. It's an interesting system. I don't necessarily think that it's great, but it's an interesting system. Holy shit. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's kind of cool. These aren't the most fun enemies to fight, I'll say that. There's one thing I'll say is, like, I think this game is pretty cool. I think the way they've animated the skeleton, like, neck things are awful. Like, they just look bad. Like, laughably bad. Is there anything else I can fight in here? Are we good? I think we're good. That seems like a door. It is totally a door. Oh, there's still another one of these guys. Oh, you piece. Spider-Man, pretty much right now for me in terms of review, is I need to sit down, compile my thoughts on the game into a review form, and I have to edit down a shit ton of footage. I probably captured about 6 to 7 hours of footage of that game, and I need to edit that down to, like, what, a 20-minute video? So I definitely have a lot to say about that game, but yeah, I'm really gonna push and try to have that review out this week, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I captured a lot of footage for that game, to the point that I had to actively tell myself, like, I don't need to capture any more footage. And I've captured some footage of Tomb Raider already and stuff too, but yeah, I probably 6 to 7 hours of footage I captured of Spider-Man easily. But yeah, I got to sit down. I got to compile my thoughts here. If you guys don't know, I guess I'll let you in on a little trade secret of mine. So I you know, being an English major and everything, for my reviews, and I didn't always used to do this when I started the channel, but I do now. Oh God, we're up to a boss. I actually sit down and I write it out like a written review, like you would find on like a website or something. And then from there I kind of edit it into a script. So, and I started doing that for real over the summer with, like, you guys saw, like, my vampire review and my Dark Souls video. Those are the first two videos that I sat down and did that for, rather than, like, kind of just getting in front of a camera and just talking about a game. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it's very easy to do that for me, but I like the professional aspect of writing the review, and it gets me to exercise my writing muscles and stuff. And I have to do that. I've been procrastinating on that, but that's definitely in the cards here, so. Shit. Wow, that was an alarmingly easy boss. Like, alarmingly easy. Alarmingly easy. Holy shit, man. Okay. Okay. That makes more sense. How much you want to bet there's a third form? Yep. Maybe not. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, look at this sick-ass chair I get to sit in. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now that's cool. Is there any kind of, like, hey, take this orb? Or just do that, I guess? Okay, sure. Maybe that's just the end of the level. I don't know. This game's cool. Like, as I play this here, I just get more and more bummed of, like, man, I really wish I would have played this back in the day. But unfortunately. Bajit Mountains. I don't want another. If there's one thing, like, that gets me every time, it's loud thunder. Especially when it's so loud it wakes you up from a deep sleep. That's the worst. What's dumb is I set up my desktop speakers to play through this monitor, but they're not working. So I gotta look at and figure out, like, why that is. Sure. These are such dumbass generic names. It's weird too, because I plugged in the speaker like like you would normally plug in, a computer speaker and shit and whatever. And if I plug in like a headset through it, I can hear the audio through the headset. But for whatever reason, this speaker system just doesn't want to do it. Oh, good lord! I should probably move this bottle out of the way. I guess this dude's gonna hang out with me now? Yeah, cool, whatever, sure. Oh, good lord. Yeah, it's okay. Oh, now I can go through this door. Okay. Wow. Lizard Man. I like that this game has classic enemies too, because that was kind of the thing about Lords of Shadow that people were kind of put off about. That I wasn't put off by it, but people were put off that like it didn't have classic Castlevania enemies. It was more fantasy. People didn't care for that. I thought it was cool. It fit the game, so I don't know. People really, really hate those games for some reason, and I absolutely adored the first one. The second one, not so much. Second one was kind of a bummer. That in between thing, Mirror Fate, that was okay. But Lords of Shadow 2 is disappointing. It didn't have to be. It really didn't have to be. Shit. Why are these level 1 enemies now all of a sudden? It's really weird. That enemy looked like garbage. Let's see if there's another one of them. The thing just looked bad, like animated poorly. Here, what is this thing called? It just looks bad. Oh, it's an orc. Wow, wow. Wow, that's... The plan is to play this game through to completion. Not tonight. No, I'm not playing this whole game tonight, but the plan right now is to play through this game through its completion. Probably will take... I don't know, because I've never played through this game, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably going to take 3 to 4 streams to get through it. Shit. Wow, this thing just mopping my shit up, man. Is there, we should check really quick. I don't think there's a way to make the camera turn faster. No. No. That's I guess that's one thing I don't like about this game. Is like I wish the camera was just a tad faster. But again, it's also not a great camera. I remember that. I remember reading reviews. I remember that was one of the things people complained about was the camera in this game. I don't know if I went through this way yet or not. Maybe, yep. I think the other thing too is like it feels too slow at times. Like, look at how long it's taking me to run through some of these areas. Like, I wish it was faster. Like I can see, and I'm sure people complained about that too back in the day. But like, And that's one thing that's always hard about going to, especially like going back to eras like this. Like one thing I learned like the other day when I was doing the test streams for this, and I was pulling through some of those like pre-Call of Duty, you know, first-person shooters like of that era, like 2002, 2003, 2004 era, and you get like the first-person shooter where you can't run, and you just do kind of a slow jog, and it's just you really start to realize like, oh man, like first-person shooters have really evolved over the years, like really evolved. Like what was I'm trying to think what was the game, because I had loaded up Area 51, and that game was better than I remembered it. And then what was the game that was rough to go back to? There was another shooter I loved. Maybe it was Unreal 2. It was kind of hard, surprisingly. But it just kind of makes you appreciate like today, like yeah, like first-person shooters, like you can not Call of Duty all you want, but it definitely changed the game. That's for sure. Like, at least like Modern Warfare 1. Let's see what's in this door. More skeletons, wow. Whoops, wrong button. Okay. I guess I can make more. Let's take a look here. Can I make a better helmet? Proceed you with use your currently equipped helmet weapon. What weapon? Why would that screw my weapon up? Sure, let's do it. Oh, this looks pretty cool. I bet you that's better than what I currently have. Oh, hell yeah. I bet you it's also heavy as shit. Oh, no, actually it's not. Oh, cool. That is a cool mechanic. I'll give the game that. Oh my god. I just this thing just walking through like whatever, man, sure. Perfect guard will be performed if the enemy attacks guard with the right timing. That seems like something I wouldn't want to do in this game, but whatever. There's that thunder again, man. If for some reason my stream just goes like down, then you guys know that the power went out. Ooh. I don't think, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can go in there. There's no other way, so you have to fight your way back, I'm sure. This sword's pretty badass, I'll say that. Actually, you know what, let's check that, helmet. Why would I lose my current, like, that doesn't make sense to me. What about armor? Is it the same thing? I'm gonna do it and we'll see what happens. I might regret that. You know what, I'll wait until I get to a save room, just because if it does dick over my weapon, then at least I can just save scum or whatever. Seems like a much better way to do this. Actually, I want to go the other way. Other thing I'll say is, like, this game seems to load really, really fast, like, way quicker than I would have expected. If there's one thing I kind of noticed as I was testing games from this era the other night, is like some of these load times were long. We want to go this way. Yeah, go ahead and kill that thing. Oh, I guess you can't step on that shit. Okay. No, I have not ever played Crazy Mode. Is that something in this game? Oh, we're getting a cutscene. I've never played that. I've never played this game. So if that's something that's in this game, I have not.
Searching for someone. A man bearing the same crest I wear.
And this man, is he your enemy or your friend?
You sound.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen my original Xbox. I have the green Master Chief system. You guys, I don't know if you can kind of see. I don't have a light on in here right now. The green Master Chief system I actually had. It was the one that I wanted to. I owned an Xbox when it came out, or not when it came out, but I owned an Xbox for like 2 or 3 years, and during the 360 era, I ended up trading in because I didn't care anymore at the time. And then it was always kind of a thing where I regretted it like later on, like, oh man, I really wish I would have kept that. And then my thing I always said to myself is like, well, if I'm ever gonna buy another one, I want the green Master Chief system for obvious reasons. And I was able, through a friend at work at the time, had another buddy who was just happened to had one he was selling with a bunch of games for like, I think I paid $80, which is like, considering like one of the games in there was Stubbs the Zombie. I think that was a pretty good deal. Granted, all the games that he had were disc only. He didn't have any cases, which is something I absolutely hate. It's a big pet peeve of mine. Like, I don't like just having loose discs. Like, I need to have a case. But I kind of made like fake cases for some of those, and I've been kind of reacquiring cases. Like, if I happen to be at like a flea market or something out and I see like that game for dirt cheap or something, like Brute Force was one I had. I picked up another copy of Brute Force with a case for like $2. So I have 2 copies of Brute Force right now. And that's just for the sole fact that I didn't like having that disc loose. Like, that shit sucks, man. Oh, hey, cool save spot. Like I said, as I said before, we're gonna be playing till about 10:15ish here on this stream. And in fact, somewhere, you guys bear with me for a second. I'm actually gonna crank the AC in this room a little bit because it's starting to get a little warm in here. A lot of like electronics in this room, so I have to have an AC. I actually, even though the house that I live in has very good central air, this room in particular, because of all the different electronics that are going on in here, like you know, I have a computer with 2 monitors, you know, the game TV behind me here with all the different systems hooked up and everything, generates a lot of heat. I came under the realization many years ago of like, even though this AC in this house is really good, it sucks in this room. So I have a window AC unit that's used like 8 months out of the year, I'd say. That's helped that issue a lot. Okay. You can actually buy those things? Store ID. Remove ID, Devil Forging. Oh, okay. What can I buy from her? You need coins. What can I sell you? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, you know what? We made it to the save thing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back really quick. What is this? Oh, that's cool. Can I just start smashing her shit? Like, yeah. Oh, let's see here. Oh, another video I have that I'm working on right now. that I have not decided, or I haven't finished it yet. It'll go up at some point. It is not a HorrorFest video, but I did a video on my thoughts on the whole situation with Master Chief Collection, Halo, and the big 4K update they did for the Xbox One X, and fixing that and everything. That'll be going live sometime this month too. Sure, let's see what that does. I think it just gets rid of what you currently have, so let's take a look here. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense to me. Because I was going to say, like, why would you take away what I currently have? Okay. Okay, very interesting. Alright. We might as well save over that last save really quick. But that's a video I'm going to have going live very soon here. I have to put the finishing touches on that as well. Captured a lot of footage of that Halo as well. I played through most of Halo 1 with the 4K assets. It looks real good. Everything works really well. The multiplayer is working really well. And again, I never had problems. Not to the effect that everybody else seems like they had.
Glad you're back. What can I do for you? What will it be to change your? What will it be today? Change your mind.
Yeah, you can sell this because I don't need it.
Will that be all? What will it be? Change your mind. What will it be today? Change your mind, huh? Will that be all?
You can have that too because that's not worth anything for me.
What will it be to change your? Will that be all?
What do you have that I can buy? Sure. Down one more. What does the memorial ticket do? Oh, that's kind of cool. I have one of those. I don't feel like I need to buy anything right now.
Please come again.
Honestly, I got to a point, like, I was playing through both. Like, I took a good chunk of September off to try and concentrate on finishing some games up here and some other video content and prepare for HorrorFest. And I got to a point where, like, it was like I'd do a day off and a day on for these two games, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Spider-Man, and then I got to a point where, like, this is getting out of hand. I need to just concentrate on one of these games. So I decided Spider-Man was what I chose to finish first. Actually, I will probably later tonight, but I've actually 100%ed Spider-Man. Like, the first time in a long time that I just got really into that game in a way that I was like, you know what, this seems feasible, and did it. Because I'm at a point now, like, during the 360 era, I was a big achievement junkie, really bad achievement junkie, and just that's all I did, and I just played. I was playing, you know, some games good, some games garbage, just to get achievement points. And this Xbox One era, you know, hit here with the Xbox One and PS4, and I just got to a point where I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting all this time doing useless stuff in games for arbitrary points that don't matter? You know, and again, like, sometimes it's fun to do all that kind of stuff in a game, but a lot of times it's just useless busy work, and that's what I hate the most about achievements sometimes, is when people make them useless busy work. So I got to a point where I just was like, you know what? I'm good. And that was with this generation. I just was like, you know what? I'm just going to play games that have fun. And if I happen to really, really like a game or really be enjoying the experience, I will... Look at how shitty... Look at this shitty chair this thing's sitting in. Oh, what? Is there another one? There's another one. Where is it? Ah! I'm trying to figure out where you are. Stop shooting me. Can I get in this thing and actually use it? That's my... Oh, wow, I can. This is ridiculous. Why won't this blow up? This seems bad. Is there like something I'm supposed to hit here? Like I can't tell if this thing's dead or not. Oh, hold on. I might as well take care of these guys too while we're here. What a shitty part of this game. But yeah, I just got to a point where I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I wasting all this time for arbitrary points that in the end don't matter? And so I just kind of got to this point this time. I'm just going to play games to have fun. And if something comes along where I'm like, oh man, I really like what I'm doing in this game, I'm going to 100% it. I do that. I will say the one other game that came out this year that I kind of wanted to do that for and I didn't, and I still could go back and potentially do that, but I actually a friend of mine is borrowing the game right now, so I can't, but God of War. God of War is the other game where I was like, man, I really should sit down and 100% this game because I really like it, but I didn't. And then with Spider-Man, I was like, I'm going to 100% this. But a lot of games these days, I'm just, like, I'm good. I don't need to... I want to move on to the next thing, you know? Like, my time is much more limited than it was, you know, a couple of years ago to play games, too. In the 360 era, I had a way more free time, so I at a college age and everything, I had way more free time to sit around, dick around on video games than I do now, so... Oh, gosh. I never visited that room down there. I just realized that. I also don't, like, necessarily want to walk that far back. Yeah, we'll find out if it's important later. If it is, we'll figure that out the hard way. Oh, for a minute I thought that was more important than it actually was. Oh, let's see here. Oh, God. Shit. Did he drop something else, or... Oh, that's going to him. I think somebody had asked me too recently, like, what my thoughts are on this joke. You know, being a big Batman fan, what my thoughts are on this Joaquin Phoenix Joker thing. I did shoot a video actually recently for my thoughts on that. I may put that out sometime this month too. We'll see. I'm mixed on it. Like I think he looks really good. I'm happy he doesn't have damage tattoo on his forehead. I think he looks really good. I am a huge fan of Joaquin Phoenix as an actor. I think he's the pitch perfect choice right now if you have to make a Joker movie. But I don't think a Joker movie makes sense. I don't like for me personally. Like, I don't need an origin movie of the character. Like, I've always enjoyed the origin of, like, you don't know where he really came from. He just kind of showed up one day, because that's how it was in the comics. And then obviously different creators have done different origins over the years, and we have the Killing Joke and all sorts of other things. But I always enjoyed kind of the mystery of, like, nobody really knows for sure where he came from. The fact that this movie's just kind of out there, balls to the wall, with, like, hey, his name's Arthur Fleck, but he becomes the Joker, kind of thing. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I watched the one video where they had some of his mannerisms, so they put out, it wasn't official, but there was like a behind the scenes video where he was walking around, talking to, like, some other guy who was a clown. His mannerisms are pitch perfect. Like, he has the mannerisms down. I think it's really cool. The other question I have is, like, is Batman a part of this movie? It seems like he's not. And then that begs me to question, then, like, so what is this movie? Also, it's set in the 80s. I don't know what that movie is. I don't know what that movie is. Like, I'll watch it. I'm obligated. I have to. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm mixed. Like, and again, like, it's also going to be the kind of thing where, like, I think I'll walk out of the movie and go, man, he was really good. But I don't know if his performance is going to be what saves that movie. So, and like, and that's the thing too, is, like, there's like, I guess Thomas Wayne's in it, but I don't get it. Like, I look at it and go, man, like, DC is so jacked right now with what they're doing and everything. Like, this comes from someone who genuinely really liked Justice League a lot, way more than people seem to, and it's a bummer. Like, it doesn't seem like anything else is really going to come. Like, this Aquaman movie is going to come out. I think it looks good. Whether people are actually going to go see it or not, I don't know. I feel like it's going to get delayed. Can you not defeat these guys? Is this... Or is this one of those, like, you have to kill them when they're down? Is there, like, a certain move I have to do here? Because, like, they're not going away. Let me see something once here. I guess I wasn't supposed to go this way. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll go back. That makes sense. I don't like leaving enemies, but whatever. Man, my nose itches. Some of the enemy design in this game seems pretty cool too. Like these ghosts look pretty cool. Let's look at this map. Okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there'll be a longer video with my thoughts on that Joker thing, but I'm mixed right now. And just the the DCEU as a whole, like, I don't know what we're doing, man. Like, oh, can I switch? I can't remember. Let's look. Sure. Summons, maybe? Alright, cool. Open this shit up. Oh, get out of here. Okay. That's wonderful. That's cool. But yeah, Aquaman, like, I think Aquaman looks really cool. I think it would behoove them to delay that movie. I think it's dumb that that movie's coming out in December. They're lucky a Star Wars movie is not coming out in December because that movie would get murdered. I think it looks cool. I'm going to be very interested to see what the reception of that movie is. If people like it, if it does well. I think if Aquaman does bad, do you reboot? Like, the only thing I see coming out of rebooting is they probably keep Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman because that was the one super successful thing to come out of the DCEU. And they're not going to kill that off, so. But yeah, I don't know what we're doing. Holy shit. Let's look at this map here. Cool. There's like a thing back here I missed too. We getting ready to save it up here for the night soon anyways. Let's go through here. I want to see what this other like area is back here. Oh shit. I have this shitty like chicken thing. It doesn't even, I don't even think it has a name unless Jet Black. No, Jet Black can't be its name. Cockatrice, okay. Oh shit. That's not good. Can I get out of this? Like, there we go. And this just to get hit with this thing again. Holy shit, man. This is horrible. Wow. That was definitely not fun. Let's take a look here. Whoa. What? I should bring back that other familiar, because he was definitely better. Let's go to combine. Whoops. Summon. Let's summon the correct one here. This is such a shitty, like, you got this badass guy following you. His name's Paul. Cool. Hey, like, don't worry about it. His name's just Paul. He's a cool guy. Just hangs out. I don't know, did that door ever open? Yeah, I guess it did. Yeah, okay. We might as well go through this, see what the hell this is. Boom. Cool, I think that's a save point up here. I'll have to look into using those Evo crystals and stuff, and we'll do that next time. So let's see here. Let's save. Oh boy. So this game's really cool. I really like what I've played of it thus far. I'm having a real good time playing this game. So, like I said, next stream for Castlevania Curse of Darkness will be Friday, October 5th from 8 to about, probably 8:15 to about 10:15, 10:30ish. Maybe a little bit longer, we'll see. Like I said, other stuff coming to the channel here. There'll be a review of Hereditary on Wednesday. Maybe early tomorrow night, but most likely Wednesday. And then Spider-Man review of the PS4 game will be coming up very soon here as well. Hopefully by the end of this week. Keep fingers crossed on that. Otherwise, HorrorFest is off to a good start here. Really enjoyed my time thus far with Castlevania Curse of Darkness. And stay tuned. The next part of this will be Friday night, October 5th, 8:15 Central Time. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out the stream, and I will see y'all later.